Great to be at the King Island show once again, and it's fantastic. Look, a great day. There's not a cloud in the sky, but to be honest, I wish there was a few clouds in the sky, and I wish it would rain as soon as it possibly can. After the show, of course, let's have the show, but I understand that it is very dry. I know it's very dry. I've been speaking with farmers just an hour ago, and I've been meeting with farmers consistently over the last couple of months, and it's got drier and drier and drier. I'm very worried about it. I'm very worried about the drought on King Island. That's why we're going to convene an immediate round table of shippers, all three shipping companies and all key stakeholders involved, as well as those $20,000 drought relief hardship grants we've announced today as well, so people can utilise those depending on their circumstances and their needs, whether that be bringing in feed, fodder or support more broadly. I'm very pleased that Rural Alive and Well are engaged on the island as well, supporting people with their mental health and wellbeing during what is some very, very tough times on the island. It's been told to me it's the driest people can ever remember it, certainly since the 1960s, and that was reflected in the conversations I've had over the course of the last couple of months.
What about the election promises, let's call it, or at least
Yeah, we've
plans?
got key commitments to King Island once again. We always have a King Island package because we value what King Island does and King Islanders do for the Tasmanian community more broadly. Not only is the King Island brand really much like the Tasmanian brand overall, that high quality premium space which supports all of Tasmania, but when you've got up to 30% of the Tasmania's beef herd on the island, you've got magnificent tourism assets, golf tourism, the mine and the royalties from the mine flowing through state coffers, you really get an appreciation that the work and the wealth that's generated here benefits all Tasmania. So why wouldn't we step up and always support King Island as we've always done? So today we're announcing some key initiatives around health. And very pleased over the course of the last couple of years, I was opening the King Island District Hospital, a brand new upgrades there, which is fantastic and I know been very well received. Today I'm announcing a $5 million commitment to a brand new ambulance station on the island. Not only that, what is important is to support our volunteers. All the ambulance services at the moment are enabled by volunteer paramedics. What we're going to do is put two permanent community paramedics on the island permanently. That supports our volunteer base but ensures that continuity of service on the island by those community paramedics as well, which is a key commitment of ours. Also today, $1.2 million investment into subdivision to support more accommodation on the island. So with the growth of the island, and this is a key discussion I've had with Mayor Blackie over the course of the last months and more around the accommodation needs, and really pleased to be able to partner with King Island Council to develop accommodation that will attract teachers to the island, health professionals to the island, but also support those key industries I spoke of, golf tourism more generally, our agriculture, our dairy, but also our reopened mine as well. So the growth of King Island, we need more housing, and we're going to unlock that by our state government investment to support those infrastructure needs to get those subdivisions happening. The other key thing, of course, as I get on the island, and that is shipping. And it's the number one issue on the island, particularly in these times of drought conditions where there's need to get cattle off the island to be processed. But we need a strong shipping service that can be backed in by the right port infrastructure, not only catering for the growth of the island into the future, but also needs now. So needs now, and we need to foresee the future and what the growth of the island and what our shipping infrastructure will need. So we're reviewing that port study that was done a number of years ago around the Grassy Harbour port infrastructure needs. $150,000 commitment to invest in that key study, so we can then get a true understanding of what is needed now and into the future, and develop the required infrastructure to support King Island's future needs as well.
What about the empty hydro building?
Well, empty hydro building, of course, we want that utilised for the community as well. It is not for purpose, it's part of our commitment that will ensure that that is given to the island effectively, if I can put it that way, for development of whatever the island sees fit.
Yeah. So far with the drought now, it's once in a lifetime, as a lot of farmers say here on the island. Climate changes could be a regular event happening to us over time to come. Can you look at a long-term future plan there as to help the farmers, or with triangular shipping service and get cattle off the island?
Yeah, so it's those infrastructure needs, but it's also about foreseeing that, with climate change, the seasonal weather, this is a once-in-a-generation drought, but it may well be again in 5 years' time. And so what we need to ensure that we're going to do is work with the farming community to prepare for eventuality again, if it comes sooner rather than later, so farmers are well attuned to how they can destock the infrastructure and the shipping requirements in order to do that, and other areas that we can support the sustainability of agriculture on the island, both dairy of course, and beef as well.
All those promises, are they financially viable? Is like Treasury is going to say yes, okay?
Well, we're the government. We make policies, and the bureaucracy implements those policies. So yes, absolutely. Our commitments are rock solid. They're funded, they're costed, as we always do, and they're affordable.
You're hoping for a majority government, because otherwise those plans might be a little bit...
Well, if... We're striving towards majority government, because majority governments suit Tasmania better. What we want, we've come a long way over the course of the last 10 years as a state, including King Island in the last 10 years. When I think of the confidence on the island, the confidence in Tasmania, we've got tourism going well on the island, golf tourism, the mines reopened. There's a lot of things happening that we're very proud of, and islanders should be very proud of, but Tasmania in general. That is best. That has happened under a majority Liberal government, and we want to ensure that that continues. We do not want a coalition of chaos with Labor, Lambie, the Greens and the Independents, which makes governing near impossible, and we want a majority Liberal government. That's what's delivered for Tasmania, 53,000 jobs more across Tasmania, and that's what we're going to continue to drive home.